Hello everyone, it's Emaphant here, and welcome back to part 3 of the mid-century mini mansion. This is the last part. If you want to catch parts 1 and 2, I'll include them in the description down below, but this house is also available to download on the gallery if you're interested. So let's get into it. This part, I'm pretty much just working on the 3rd floor, which is 4 kids' bedrooms, a kids' kind of play, hangout, study space, and then we also work on the basement, which has a bunch of stuff in it. It has a cinema, it has a guest bedroom, a sauna, a yoga room, a bathroom, stuff like that. Anyway, so right now I'm working on one of the teen daughters' rooms. You may have seen me in one of the first parts drop this rug in there from Bowling Stuff Pack. This was kind of my inspiration for the room. I really liked the teals and the yellows in here, and it kind of goes with the blues and the yellows and that type of thing that we were using in the first floor. But I thought it was a lot more fun, a lot more lively, so I don't think I've ever used any swatches of this rug from Bowling Stuff Pack because it's a little busy for my usual builds. I think it fits in really well with a teen bedroom or like a kid's bedroom, but there's a lot going on with that rug, so I was a little intimidated in some other builds, but I figured, hey, why not? Let me try to use it here. You know, obviously I'm using custom content here, so I have a lot of different colored swatches. Also, if you want any of this custom content, all of those links are provided in the description below as well. Really good custom content. This is some of my favorite stuff, so feel free to check that out if you are into that type of thing. But yeah, so this girl that I was thinking of, this teen girl, is kind of a sporty girl. She's got some sports equipment in the side, and I think that she's really, just like, that's what she's into. She's a little bit popular, but not too popular, just really, really into all kinds of sports, and that's her personality. So you see me testing out a couple of different paintings and other things here and there, trying to just get a feel for like, hey, what does this teen girl want in her bedroom? And so I rejected a couple of ideas that were a little too girly, a little too like fashion-y and like traditionally girly aspects, because I was like, no, that doesn't really seem like her personality. So we get some, you know, I think things that are a little bit more, still girly, still feminine, but a little bit more sporty, not tomboy-y, because I don't really like that phrase, but things like that. And then we also get some medals, trophies, things like that to reflect her sportiness, and yeah, a bunch of books, other things like that. I don't know, just like things that you would expect in a teen's bedroom. Obviously they have school, they have study materials, maybe she really likes to read, I don't know, but things like that would be a good mix of it. And clearly it's very colorful, a lot of bright yellows, a lot of greens and teals and things like that. I thought that was super fun, so I wanted to bring all of those together. So also, I hope I don't keep this clock. I don't remember, but I don't feel like this clock matches the rest of the room at all. I think it's like nice and it's pretty, but I just feel like it does not. It really bothers me that the blue clashes with the teal on the rug and the chair that I put in the corner, so I don't know if I keep that. It's been a little while since I built this. I also appreciate everyone who's been patiently waiting for part 3. I know it's probably been 2 weeks or like a week and a half since I posted part 2. My life's been really busy lately. I had a bunch of people staying with me, and I hate recording when I have people staying with me because I feel really awkward like talking into my microphone when they're there. It's different when it's like just me talking to you guys because you guys aren't really here, you're not really real in my mind, so it's fine. But anyway, that's why I haven't been recording lately, is because I had a bunch of people in town visiting me, and then I just got busy with life and hadn't done it for a while, so yeah, anyway, apologies for that. I'm hoping to get a little bit more consistent now. That is my goal. We will see if it happens. Probably not, but I'll do my best. Anyway, we're working on the kid daughter's room now. I figured this one was a child as opposed to a teen, and she's a lot girlier, as you can already see by the pinks and the hearts. We get some more yellows in here, kind of playing off that rug. So yeah, and I was really trying to experiment. So this is a piece of custom content that I'm using right now, that it's the top of the vanity, like the mirrors of the vanity from Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack, I believe. And I really wanted to experiment to try to get like a vanity, but like a shelf thing. I don't know. I was messing around with it a lot. I think it works okay in the end, but it's a little bit bizarre. I don't know. I wanted to do something different and experimental. I've been trying to do that a lot more lately, is like getting out of my comfort zone in my builds and do things that I wouldn't have ordinarily thought of to do. So I don't know, feel free to change it if you guys do down this house. Obviously, if you download it, like, it's yours to do whatever you want with, I don't know. Anyway, we're getting in a lot of books in here, and just a bunch of things that I felt like were good, that were a good mix of, like, this girl's personality as a child, but also as very girly, maybe fashion-y, I don't know. But yeah, just like a good mix of her personality that would be a little bit more colorful with like the purples and the pinks and the yellows, and I think that's pretty much the main color schemes that we use here. Yeah, mostly pink and yellow. I try to do that a lot with any of my rooms that I'm working, obviously. I think I said this quite a bit, but I try to pick like 1 or 2 colors that are my main themes, and then obviously like you'll have neutrals coming in. I just kind of put those in where they make sense. So for me, a lot of the time that's a wood or like a white or a gray, and that'll kind of be like most of my stuff will be that wood or white or gray or black, whatever, and then I'll like put in other pops of colors. But obviously for kids' rooms, kids tend to be a lot more vibrant, a lot more figuring out their style, so they just get really bright and colorful. So kids' rooms, of course, are a lot brighter than like if you watch the first part. My living room is a lot more subtle than these rooms have been so far. But yeah, anyway, so she has a bunch of like makeup-y stuff here on the vanity I was talking about, just trying to figure out like a good mix of girly but still for a kid. Like obviously as a child you're probably not putting on the same amount of makeup that someone who's like 25 and, you know, is actually like, I don't know, like adult. I feel like adults wear more makeup. Anyway, moving on. Now we're working on the teen boys' bedroom. So I do a teen girl child's, teen boys, and I believe a toddler's room? Boy toddler's room? Anyway, so this is the teen guy's room. I figured he was like super into music, so we kind of use that as his theme, and kind of that like, not emo, but like too cool for school kind of vibe, I guess, but like, do you guys know that the guy I'm describing, like, they're really into music, they're, like, super indie, and they think they're really cool, but they, like, don't really talk a lot because they're, like, too cool for that, and anyway, that's this guy. He's very much that way. So he gets a bunch of guitars in there, a lot of blacks, like, that's kind of, like, the emo vibe in my head that I'm going towards, but, like, not, I don't know. Yeah, he is how he is. Anyway, so very moody, very like taciturn, I suppose, but very, very, very into music. That's kind of like his thing, is music and being cool, and like I think he skateboards too. I put some skateboards up because he's that type, you know, he'll like skateboard around with his guitar on his back, and like, anyway, that's this dude. But yeah, so his room's a lot more simple. It's just black and blue, and like he's too cool to really care about it, you know, like that's, yeah. I'm gonna stop saying that over and over. But yeah, so he's the teen boy in the room. I figure that he is probably the second oldest, and that the teen girl's room, who we already did, she's probably the oldest. In my mind, obviously, like, if this doesn't fit your playstyle, change it however you want. Like, this house, if you guys downloaded it, is yours to do what you want with it. But that was what I was imagining, is that he would be the second oldest, trying to, like, prove himself, figure out his life, that kind of thing. So yeah, I was trying to get enough mess in here too that it felt like a teen's room. I feel like I kind of struggle with that because I am such a perfectionist. I'll like put things exactly how I want them. But I mean, I know my room in real life is not at all like that because I can't realistically do that every day. But especially teenagers, I feel like they just have all this other stuff in their minds, and they're like growing and changing and all this stuff going on. Like the room's not clean. Like they don't make time to do that, because it's also, I feel like, not a priority a lot when you're a little bit younger, because it's just like, yeah, it's your room. It's like, it is what it is. I don't know. I never had a clean room as a child or as a teenager, and now I still don't, but I really want to. So it's mostly just laziness that I don't right now, trying to fix that. But, you know, anyway, it happens. Life is busy, you know? And sometimes you just gotta figure out, like, what your priority is, and picking up your clothes off the floor is not always my priority, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah. It is what it is. I live my life. We're working on the toddler boy's room here. This is a green and yellow room. Those are his colors. And yeah, I just wanted to get like a bunch of fun stuff in here, make it really festive for him, obviously. As this is a mini mansion, the family living here is quite wealthy, and I wanted to reflect that and give him like a lot of toys and stuff, especially as the fourth child in this family. Like, he's gonna have a lot of toys that are either hand-me-downs or things that they've collected over time, so he'll have a lot of stuff to play with in my mind when he comes around. So yeah, just getting some, I don't know. I always feel like toddler rooms are like difficult to talk about because I use the same few things because there's only a couple of toddler things. I also don't own toddler stuff pack. If I had the toddler stuff pack, I'd probably have more toddler stuff. But you know what? I'm not made of money, so I don't own it right now. I'm probably gonna buy it soon just because I really, really want the string lights and the canopy things in it, like the awnings in it, I think are so cool. I actually showed them to my boyfriend last week because we were talking about our deck in our real house and talking about what we wanted to do as kind of a covering because it gets really sunny and really hot up there in the summer. And I was like showing that tent thing from Toddler Stuff to him, like, oh, does this look cool? It's like there's something to be interested in. And like I think that that's kind of like the look that we're going to go for. I have no idea how we're actually going to secure it in real life, because if you guys know the thing I'm talking about, like it's these big metal poles like shooting off, not straight up, they're shooting off in all these different directions, and I like it, but I don't know how to do that in a way that's practical. This is why I like The Sims, you know, I just do what I like and it doesn't have to be practical, and it's so good. But anyway, that's kind of something that I think we want to do maybe this summer. We'll see if we get it done this summer or if that's a next summer project. So working on the teen hangout room, my kid hangout room here, I guess. You know, we get some couches, a couple of things that would be fun for like family activities or like not just adult like activities, you know, with the foosball table. I think we don't put a TV up here because I didn't want to have a TV up here, I believe. But we get a bunch of toys in here and toy chests and other skill building activities for kids, because obviously there are quite a few kids here as opposed to just teens. So really trying to get a mix of that it would be something that the teens in this household would still like to enjoy and still like to have their friends over in, but had the things that you needed for a kid or for a toddler to get their skills and to get their childhood aspirations done as well. So a lot of fun stuff in here. I do move things around quite a bit because we end up doing like this whole study nook over just across from the stairs. We do like shelves, desks all the way across that wall just to have, you know, if there's 4 kids in here, you're going to have like a lot of homework to be done. So I wanted to give a big space for that. It had a couple of computers, had a couple of chairs, just a good space for that, because obviously the only other computer in the house is in the home office, which I figured is just for the adult, for whichever adult uses that space. I really wanted them to have like their closed off space. It was only for them. And I think if I played in this house, I would probably lock the door for the kids to that room, just because I really want it to be like that person's space, like that adult space. So yeah, just adding some clutter here, trying to make it seem a little bit more lifelike, that you do actually have 4 kids doing their homework here. That's part of the reason I like custom content so much, is because I have a lot of stuff like these open notebooks that you can leave out, because obviously in The Sims, yes, they have open notebooks that they have, but they'll pick them up and they won't just like leave them cluttered about. I think that's, I mean, yes, for gameplay I totally get it, but I also think it's unrealistic, because like I know I leave, at least when I was a kid, like I would leave my study books all over the place in whatever house I was in. So I wanted to have that to be a bit more realistic and have all their study materials out and scattered about. So yeah. We're working on the 2 bathrooms here. We do have 2 bathrooms on this floor for the 4 kids. I felt like they would really need all those, especially with the 2 girls. Like, they have a much bigger bathroom, so I don't think that the teen guy or the toddler like really cares that much. Their bathroom's like a lot smaller and a lot simpler. So yeah, just, I don't know. You guys know I think bathrooms are boring. It's a bathroom. There's things in it. There's everything you need. It's really good. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really have a lot to say about the bathroom, but it works. I like pulling some of those blues because I felt like that was, you know, tying the first floor together with the second floor and all that. We do use a little more custom content in the girls' bathroom. So I really like that shower. I think it's a shower bath combo, which makes no sense based on how it looks. But I think it is technically a shower bath combo. But if it's not, the other bathroom has a bath for your toddler, so you'll be fine for that aspect. But yeah. I don't know, the girls' bathroom is a little bit cooler. It's got a little bit more going on. I love this rug that's like that. Is it iCat? Is that what that pattern's called? From City Living, that has like those diamonds and everything on it. I think that rug's so cool, and I kind of want something like that in real life. But I also feel like it's kind of busy for me. I don't know. I tend to go for very, very simple rugs, like very cream and like abstract shapes if they're going to have anything, not like these clear, distinct lines. Like that's to me a little bit harder to work with, because I want to have like my other furniture. I want that to be able to stand out, but I think I've also said this before. Usually, you know, throw pillows are being a point of color, blankets being a point of color, like those things are easily swappable. So me, who always changes my mind and wants to do different things, I can swap those out cheaply and easily, which is great. Anyway, we are moving on to the downstairs here, getting some flooring in, working on that sauna and yoga room like I mentioned. I very much wanted this to be like a rich person house and have a lot of stuff in it. So like having your own sauna, I think qualifies as being pretty rich, so that's cool. And I really wanted to have this yoga room looking out into the pool, giving some cool like natural light in there, but it would be very diffused. Is that the word that I want? Diffused? I think that's the word I want. So yeah, I don't know. That room's really simple. The sauna, of course, is really simple because it's just like a sauna and a candle, and I think I put a plant in there too. So very basic. Working on a main cinema over here. I believe I mentioned this while I was working on the upstairs living space, that I put a littler TV there because I wanted this to be like the main movie hangout. Guys, movie hangout, look how good I did that. I did not even do that on purpose. Movie hangout area with a movie hangout stuff pack. Anyway, so this is like just a really cinema focused area. We do get a treadmill over there in the corner just because I wanted to have something like that for a more varied skill building set of things. Of course, if you want to download this, there's a lot of rooms that you could change or transition, like the sauna, like the yoga room, like a guest bedroom that we do down here. Feel free to like make any of those the skill building rooms that you guys need to for your gameplay. So I also added this little kitchenette area. We have a sink, popcorn maker, microwave, bar, stuff like that in here, just because I thought that like that would be nice to have by your cinema. I know that my parents' house had like a sink and a couple of cabinets in our basement, just because we were hanging out down there and like having a party down there. Like we usually did New Year's Eve down there with our church friends and other friends. That would be nice to have like a little popcorn maker and all that stuff. So added that. Oh, I forgot I added a little punching bag over there. I'm glad I did that because I want to have more, you know, stuff in there for skill building. So anyway, we have moved on to the guest bedroom, quote unquote here. I know you can't have guests in The Sims, but I also figured this could be really good for like a grandparent living with your Sims. Like that would be a great spot for them because it's a little bit more private, a little bit more like their own area with the kitchen, with the bathroom down there. Even though the bathroom's not an ensuite, I wanted to have it accessible for like the sauna, the yoga room, and like of course if you're just hanging out in the cinema, so you had access to a toilet down there. But it's a little bit more private, so it's kind of just their space. This is a guest room. It is incredibly simple. We just do like yellows and tans and browns, and it's very, very basic, but I think that works for a guest room. But this is the last room in the house. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this build. Feel free to go download it on the gallery if you'd like to. It's under my origin ID Emaphant or hashtag Emaphant. But yeah. Anyway, you all, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!